Chris Rock once said that a man is only as faithful as his options. Is he right? Well, in this video, I'm going to expand on this topic and give specifically 7 reasons why men cheat. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. Cheating sucks. If you've been cheated on, then it hurts. You feel violated. You feel like you trusted this person and they stabbed you in the back. So if you're a woman and you've been cheated on, then keep watching because I'm going to go over the 7 reasons why men actually cheat. All right. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys and the women that want to understand them. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping videos every week. Woo! Okay, let's get into this. Like I said, cheating sucks. And if you've been cheated on, then I am sorry that has happened to you. And in this video, I'm going to go over the 7 reasons why men cheat. All right. Starting with number 1, and I'm going to start with what Chris Rock said. Chris Rock said, a man is only as faithful as his options. Okay, so number 1 is options. Sure, there are men that will cheat because they have options. And when I say they have options, let's talk about this for a second. Options, well, if you have wealth, that's going to give you options because you can pay for it if you want. Plus, naturally, women are attracted to men that have money, okay? Or in terms of options, they have status. So if they have status, it could be perceived status, but let's talk about actual status. So Drake, for example, okay? Bad Bunny, for example. These guys are both rich, but also they have status because you could be rich but have no status. You could own a construction company and no one knows who the heck you are. But if you have status and you're a celebrity, basically status, then women will be attracted to that. And the man is going to have more options because women are going to be around him. Okay. Now, also, when it comes to options, I'm going to talk about anonymity. Okay. And what I mean by anonymity is, let's say they go traveling to another country. They're traveling for work. They're traveling for pleasure with their friends. And they go to countries like Colombia, Thailand, Philippines, whatever. Maybe they're a pilot and they travel frequently. Well, when I say anonymity, that means they can have this whole life back at home. But when they're in this other country, no one knows them. They can pretend to be anyone they want. And so that's another way that they will have options, is because perhaps they're in a country where it's easier to get with women, okay? I'm not saying all of these are a good reason why they should cheat. I'm just saying that when Chris Rock said a man is only as faithful as his options, true loyalty is when a man is actually tested. Because if a man doesn't have options, he's loyal by default because he has no options. But the true test of loyalty is when he does have options and he chooses not to cheat, okay? So that's number 1, is if the man has options, he could potentially or will cheat. And here's a little just side note. This is kind of the dark side of most successful men. When I say most successful men, if that man is earning over $400,000 a year, that's 1% of all men. Only 1% of all men in the world make over $400,000 a year. That man has got a lot of options in that pay category. And the dark reality and the sad truth is most of those men cheat and have side chicks, okay? They just do. And also what's sad is most of the women that are with them accept it because they like the lifestyle that comes with it. And he says, well, this is what I want to do. And they kind of just accept it. All right. So that's number 1, is he will cheat if he has options, potentially cheat if he has options. Number 2, he will cheat or potentially cheat if he's in a sexless relationship. This is very dangerous, ladies. If you are in a relationship and there's not much sex, it's dangerous because now he may go elsewhere for it. And I'm not including just sex. I'm talking about affection. Men crave affection. And if that affection starts to disappear, then he's going to be more apt to cheat. So true story is, during my 20-year marriage, because I was married before, I've been now single for 4 years, and I was faithful the whole time. And, you can ask God about that. I was faithful the whole time of 20 years. But more than half of that marriage was basically a sexless marriage. And I really did. I desired to be with someone else, to have that affection. I missed it. My ex-wife was not affectionate, but I stayed loyal despite the options that I talked about, right? But I know I'm probably rare that way, but most men, if they're in a sexless relationship, they're more apt to cheat because they're not getting what they need. And it's not just sex, it's also the affection. Number three is the woman, men will cheat, potentially cheat, if the woman he's with is picky when it comes to sex. And when I say picky when it comes to sex, what if she doesn't like oral sex? Of course, she'll receive it, but she doesn't like to give oral sex. Or she says, oh, I don't like to do it that way. Or she says things like, well, not for another week or not for another 3 days. So she starts restricting the amount of sex that they can actually have, right? Or she says things like, oh, don't put that near me. She's like grossed out by the guy's semen, let's just say. Or she says, oh, I'm tired all the time. Or the guy, she gets off, but she doesn't let him get off or give him 5 minutes to get off. You know where I'm going with this. So if this is becoming a problem in the relationship, then there's a high chance that he will cheat because this is going on. That's number three. Number four, kind of obvious, is bitchy attitude. And maybe you have your reasons to be bitchy. Well, if you're just always grumpy, you're always nagging him, you're not showing him any appreciation, and he starts to feel beta-tized, he starts to feel like a doormat, and he can't seem to do any right in the relationship, then that's another reason why he may go off and cheat. Number five, and this is a big one, is you're disrespectful to him. When I say disrespectful, imagine you are in front of people and he's with you and you roll your eyes right in front of everyone because he says something you don't like what he said. Or you degrade him in front of other people. You dismiss him in front of other people. For example, Alec Baldwin and his wife, Hilaria. One time I was watching an interview. Alec Baldwin, let's just put this out there. Alec Baldwin is the star, not Hilaria, okay? They're at a red carpet event and they're interviewing Hilaria because she's there and Alec was talking to somebody else. Alec comes back and basically she starts rolling her eyes because the interviewer now wants to basically get rid of her and talk to Alec. And she starts rolling her eyes. She starts being dismissive. And I'm thinking, oh, this marriage is going to go sideways real fast because she's disrespecting Alec right in front of him. And this happens. I've seen it. It's not really happened to me, but what happened to me a couple times is my ex-wife, sometimes in a family situation, would start kicking me under the table because she wanted me to either stop talking or not go on, cover a certain topic, whatever. And she'd start like kicking me under the table. Oh, men hate that, and men never want to be embarrassed around other people. So that could be another reason why a man cheats, is because the wife is disrespectful. Number six, maybe she never wants to have fun. So if you're in a relationship and you've been cheated on, or we're in a relationship and been cheated on, maybe you never wanted to have fun. Maybe he was the fun guy. Maybe you're an introvert and he just saw you as a party pooper. This started happening in my marriage where I was always invited to social functions for dinners with friends, and she never wanted to go out. And this got super annoying. She never wanted to go to like some nightclub sometimes. That got annoying. And so that could be another reason why the guy cheats, because he's like, you know what? I want to be with somebody who's fun. And last but not least, he can never do anything good enough. And I'm just kind of recapping what I mentioned earlier, that if he feels that he just can't do anything good enough and he's trying to make you happy or tried to make you happy, he tried to give you this. I heard of a story where it was a marriage that fell apart, but one of the things the guy got is the guy got a new job because there wasn't enough money. He saved more money so they can buy a house. That house wasn't big enough. They got a bigger house. She wanted children. They had children. And then he was working too much, so he got a lesser paying job so he wouldn't have to work so much. And then she didn't like him traveling so much, so he got a different job so that he can work remote. But then he was around the house too much. And then they have children, and she doesn't like her body anymore. And she says, you know, can you help me get my boobs done? and my stretch marks removed and paid thousands of dollars in surgeries. Still, none of that was good enough. And the marriage ended in a divorce. And one of the reasons why I ended a divorce is because he cheated, okay? So I hope you like this video, but let me know in the comments what you think, if anything I can add to this, or you would add in the comments. But most importantly, I want to hear if you'd like me to keep doing some videos like this periodically, specifically for women. All right, appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.